They appeared in 2 national championship games. They were national champions in 1996. They won 5 SEC championships. Few schools can claim the word dynasty, but the Gators in the 90s achieved that accolade. A rare and elite honor that has only been bestowed on a few schools.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Mick Hubert, voice of the Florida Gators. You know, I've really been blessed over these last 10 years to be allowed to sit in the Gator Radio Network broadcast booth and broadcast every play of every single Florida football game this decade. We're going to take a look at the Dodge Gator Plays of the 90s, as selected by you, the Gator fans, on GatorZone.com and SunshineNetwork.com. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this look back at an exciting decade of Gator football thrills.
(1990), Florida and Alabama in Tuscaloosa, the first road game of Steve Spurrier's career as head coach. The Gators trailed 10-7 in the third quarter. The momentum of the game shifted on a pass from Shane Matthews to Ernie Mills.
First and 10 Gators, their own 2-yard line. Backs one and eye, lining up in the end zone. Matthews in the end zone, wants to pass, comes out with a long ball, throwing it deep down the field. Mills makes the catch, 45-50, inside Alabama territory, the 40 to the 30-yard line, to the 29-yard line. Unbelievable! Ernie Mills has caught a long bomb. It'll go for over 70 yards.
All I want to do is make sure that I ran a good route and got open.
Coach Spurrier likes to take chances, and that was a big chance. I was a little bit nervous when he signaled the play in, but you know, the offensive line gave great protection, and all I had to do was throw it out and let Ernie go get it.
The pass pattern that Ernie Mills ran has come to be known as the Mills route. This key play set up a field goal to tie the game at 10. Florida went on to win 17-13. The game helped to shape the future of Florida football under head coach Spurrier. (1990), tied at 10 in the fourth quarter. Florida found a way to win in a hostile environment on the road in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The Gator defense halted the Tide and forced a punt deep in Alabama territory. Florida's Jimmy Spencer knifed through Alabama's offensive line and blocked the punt. Richard Fain recovered it in the end zone for the winning score.
And here they come with the block, and they block it. A fourth down block, the ball's up in the air toward the goal line in the end zone. It's going to be recovered by the Gators. It's a touchdown for Florida on a punt block. Oh, my!
I remember Bill King, the local writer here for the Gainesville Sun, after that game. He said, "I still can't believe it." He said it was a type of game that Florida usually outplayed the other person, but made a mistake in the fourth quarter and the other team would win. It was a type of game where Alabama usually was outplayed by the other team, but they'd make a play in the fourth quarter and win the game. And he said, but this time Florida won and Alabama lost. And certainly Alabama, being the dominant team in the Southeastern Conference since it was started back in 1933. I think they've won something like 21 or 22 conference championships, won 9 or 10, 11 national championships, and they are the best team history-wise, tradition-wise in the entire South. So this was just a big, big victory for our football program, but especially for our players, because again, as we talked earlier, winning is a habit, and once you can get your players and teams in the habit of winning, of being successful, then you have a great chance for that to continue.
Florida and Tennessee squared off in Gainesville in 1991. The battle that ensued was typical of the way the series would go in the 90s. The Gators tried to hang on to a slim 28-18 fourth-quarter lead. True freshman Larry Kennedy came up with the biggest play of the game, possibly of his career.
Again looks to throw. He's under pressure from Kevin Carter, and it's picked off downfield by Larry Kennedy. Kennedy to the 30-yard line, a cut back 25. He's to the 20. He's to the 15. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He will score. Touchdown, Florida. Wow. Wow, what a play.
Florida avenged its only conference loss of 1990 in front of a state record crowd. The fans were awarded the game ball by Steve Spurrier for their extraordinary support in one of the most satisfying triumphs of the 1991 season. That season, the Gators went on to win their first official SEC championship. The 1991 Florida State game in the Swamp is considered an all-time classic. It was a near-perfect performance by both teams. Leading 7-3 in the third quarter, Gator quarterback Shane Matthews found receiver Harrison Houston. The sophomore from Pensacola did the rest.
The Gators, Harrison Houston, he spins free of a tackler to the 30. He's to the 20. He's to the 10. He's got a touchdown.
Got out of the pocket and started scrambling, and Terrell Buckley, I ran up, tried to sack Shane, and I didn't see anyone deep, so I just took off deep.
(1991) Florida and Florida State. It all came down to a Seminoles fourth down pass. 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining at the Gator 8-yard line. With FSU ready to make the game-winning catch in the end zone, Florida defensive backs Will White and Del Spear saved the day for the Gators.
It's incomplete. It's incomplete, man. And the Gators deny him.
It was a play that brought exhilarating joy to Florida fans.
Great for us, for me living as a senior, being able to leave, knowing I've beaten Florida State, and playing on one of the best teams in Florida history.
Capping off the SEC championship with a win at Florida State here in front of our fans, and it was amazing. The fans didn't leave for hours after the game, and we came back out and had a great time.
To get the 10th victory, to beat FSU, we had achieved almost all of our goals of the season.
When Steve Spurrier came to Gainesville, he brought with him a fun-and-gun offense. In fact, in the first half of this decade, Spurrier really created a lot of excitement and put the pieces in place that would result in Florida's first official SEC championship in 1991. And following then, 3 consecutive Southeastern Conference titles in 1993, 1994, and 1995.
In 1993, in a driving rainstorm in Jacksonville, Florida and Georgia fought it out for 60 minutes. It all came down to one play. The Gators led 33-26. There was time enough for one more snap.
There's the snap. Zier from the shotgun formation, back to throw and fired. It's incomplete. It's incomplete. Gators win. Gators win. Gators win. Oh my! It's all over. Ah, what a play! What a game!
On the road in Columbia in 1993, Florida trailed South Carolina 17-0. The Gator offense had gone nowhere all afternoon. Backed up to their own goal line, Danny Werfel passed to Jack Jackson. Jackson caught the ball and was almost tackled for a safety before making a sensational run. This key play put Florida back in the game and propelled them to victory over the Gamecocks 37-26.
My main concern was not getting the safety at that point, and I was working hard to get out the end zone, and luckily I bounced outside, and we know we needed a spark at that moment, and we just reached down for it, and it happened to be a turning point in the game for us.
1993, the final SEC championship game ever held in Birmingham.
Getting back to Birmingham and playing Alabama again was exciting for our team. We had to just sort of say, hey, if we're going to win the conference championship, we got to beat Alabama in Birmingham at the ballpark. They play 3 or 4 home games each year.
It was a cliffhanger in the third quarter. The Gators led Alabama 14-13. Florida punter Shane Edge faked a punt at his own 37-yard line and ran for the first down.
To the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45. He's got a first down in Alabama territory. The punter Shane Edge runs it down to the tied 43-yard line. Oh, my!
On the following play, quarterback Terry Dean connected with Jack Jackson for a touchdown. The Sugar Bowl, a tie game in the second quarter against undefeated West Virginia. The Gators' Lawrence Wright broke the tie with an interception that made every highlight reel.
And it's intercepted, picked off by the Gators in midfield. It's Lawrence Wright with the INT. And the Gator defense makes a great play as Lawrence Wright still scrambling around inside the 30, inside the 25, inside the 20. Oh, no! He's going to go all the way! It's a touchdown! Oh, what an interception! Lawrence Wright, he just danced around in circles and went 52 yards for the end zone.
Monty Grove hits the quarterback right as he's throwing. And then Lawrence, he runs over there and he starts reversing his field, and everybody on the sidelines holler, "No, Lawrence, run forward." And I'll be doggone, he reversed field and then reversed again and went in untouched. Dangest thing I ever seen.
After catching the ball, Wright ran forward, sideways, and backward through the entire Mountaineer team for a touchdown and a 14-7 Gator lead. The 1994 Southeastern Conference Championship, Florida and Alabama. Both coaches were very familiar with each other's style. Alabama, conservative, mistake-free, with a host of low-scoring, close games. Florida, the conference's highest-scoring team, with the ability to find the end zone from anywhere on the field. This squad could become the first Gator team in history to win back-to-back official SEC titles. Just over 5 minutes remaining.
Gators trying to line up that formation. Play clock with 8 seconds. Twins left, twins right. Taylor on the one-back set. Werfel out, swings it out here wide left to Chris Doring. Doring's going to throw a touchdown past Aubrey Hill. Aubrey makes the catch, but they're running out of bounds to the 2-yard line. Oh, my! Oh, what a great cover by Gaston. He got over there. That play was wide open. Doring throwing down the sideline. They stop it at the 2-yard line.
Werfel tossed the ball to receiver Chris Doring, who in turn threw it 20 yards downfield to fellow receiver Aubrey Hill at the 2-yard line. The play set up the winning score on the next snap.
Gators first and goal, 2-yard line. Fred Taylor on the one-back set. Werfel back to throw and firing. It's a touchdown! Chris Doring scores! And the Gators have taken the lead.
Coach, on behalf of the Southeastern Conference, we want to award this to the team that displayed more guts, more comeback than any team I've ever seen. To come back after that game last week, do what you guys did in the fourth quarter. I'm proud to wear your hat and big proud to tell you, you got a hell of a coach, a hell of a team, and let's win the Sugar Bowl.
Late in the third quarter of the 1995 SEC championship game, Arkansas was inside the Florida 10-yard line. Gator linebacker Ben Hanks took the Hogs out of the contest when he picked off a fumble in the air.
They run the option. Lunny grabbed by Chester, dropped, pitched, and it's taken off. Ben Hanks down the sideline. Ben Hanks will go all the way. It'll be 90-plus yards for Ben Hanks. Hey, Nebraska, the Gators are on their way.
Hanks rambled for 95 yards and the touchdown. It was a record run in championship play by the big senior from Miami. Tennessee and Florida in 1996. The Volunteers won the coin toss but chose to defer until the second half. That was all the Gators needed to quickly turn the game in their favor.
Williams in a one-back set. Fourth down and 10 from the Volunteer 35-yard line. There is the snap. Werfel dropping back. He's looking to throw, going for it all, down in the end zone. It's caught and a touchdown! Oh my! Riedel Anthony on 4th and 10 pulls it in, and the Gators lead 6-0. Oh my!
On their first drive of the night, facing a fourth down situation, Coach Steve Spurrier called for the bomb. The 35-yard pass was brought in by Riedel Anthony for a touchdown.
Just an excellent throw. Great time by that offensive line to give him about 5-6 seconds to run a deep post route on 4th and 10.
The 79th career touchdown pass for Danny Werfel.
The Florida Gators and the Tennessee Volunteers in 1996. Early in the second half,
this is the snap. Manning, he's looking, he's going to try and throw the ball down in the end zone. It's intercepted by the Gators at the goal line. Anthony Lott coming down the near sideline to the 20-yard line, and he's run out of bounds in front of the Gator bench at the 25-yard line. Anthony Lott, oh my, with the interception at the goal line.
Gator defensive back Anthony Lott picked it out of the air.
But excellent job right down there by Anthony Lott. He threw, and Peyton Manning threw that ball so hard, making a great catch in the end zone. Almost broke down for a touchdown down that sideline.
He was looking to make a play, and another turnover against Tennessee.
The stunned Volunteers were down 35-0 in their own stadium. The 1996 SEC championship game against Alabama. Late in the third quarter, Alabama hit a long pass and cut Florida's lead to 31-28. It appeared the momentum was switching to the Tide. It didn't take Danny Werfel and Jaquez Green long to change that.
2nd and 14, and the Tide supporters are on their feet rooting on this Alabama defense. Werfel back in the shotgun to throw a deep ball down the field for Quez Green. He's got it! 40-yard line, 30, 20, 10, goodbye, good night, touchdown Quezzy, 86 yards. Oh my, a shootout in Atlanta in the Dome tonight. They're blowing the roof off this place.
On first down, after the ensuing touchdown, Werfel hit Green with an 85-yard touchdown pass.
Beautiful play in there by Quezzy Green. Got behind the defender once again and just smoked Fernando Bryant. He's probably expecting deep help, but nothing in there against a world-class sprinter guy like Quezzy Green. Danny threw it right there on the money to him, and you know you're not going to catch Quezzy Green.
Red is his crimson coat.
Gators win 45-30.
Cotton candy, sweet as gold. Gators go to the Sugar Bowl. The Sugar Bowl.
The key play in the 1996 National Championship win over Florida State came late in the second quarter.
There's the snap. Werfel back to throw. Zings the ball to a crossing route. He's got Hilliard. He splits free at the 10, the 5.
He's in! Touchdown! Oh, my! Beautiful stick by Hilliard. Stuck that left foot in the carpet and reversed to the right and scores.
Werfel pass to Ike Hilliard. Hilliard's great spinning move resulted in a 31-yard touchdown. The Gators went ahead 24-10, a lead they never relinquished. Ike Hilliard played perhaps the finest game of his career in his home state of Louisiana. The 1996 National Championship game, the Sugar Bowl, Florida and Florida State. Quarterback Danny Werfel proved that he could do more than just pass the ball.
There's a snap to Werfel. He's back to pass, looking, nobody open. Left, he runs right, 20, 15, 10, 5, to the pylon, and he's down in there. Touchdown, Danny Werfel. Oh, my. Oh, yes. On 3rd and 10, Werfel scrambles 16 yards for the score.
With seconds remaining in the third quarter, Werfel's 16-yard touchdown run boosted the Gator margin to 38-20. The Heisman Trophy winner was voted the game's most valuable player.
And when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When they gathered around and started talking, Cousin Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we go walking. Then he looked into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was.
Danny Werfel, I think, is the best quarterback that's ever played college football. You look at his statistics, all the touchdowns and the yards, but most of all, you look at the championships he's won for the Gators, 4 SECs and now a national. So he's been sensational. If one of those NFL teams want to win a Super Bowl, you need to get Danny Werfel on your team. He won the state high school championship, won the national. His next move is to win a Super Bowl.
I'm holding out for a hero.
benefit in football, you know, whether I throw a touchdown or interception, I just come back the next play to do the best I can, and hopefully that's something that people see in me and that the teammates can see and will affect them in a positive way, and just go from there, you know, as far as learning things. You know, just had great teachers all the way through. Coach Stevens had me well prepared coming in, and Coach Spurrier did a great job of teaching it and learning the offense and then just learning the mechanics. Those type of things obviously help, but I really try to take pride in being very consistent. I'm so proud of the guys that when it did fall in our hands, that we could come together as a team. Proud of everybody, the kickers, the punters, the defense, the special teams, the offense, the linemen, receivers. I'm just so happy for everybody.
First time, the AP Sports Writers congratulate the University of Florida Gators and Coach Steve Spurrier. Congratulations, Coach.
First of all, our inspirational leader on defense, Captain James Bates.
You know, 5 years ago, when Coach Spurrier and Coach Collins were sitting in my living room in Tennessee, trying to get me to come down and be a Gator, I didn't know what I was getting into. Boy, did I ever get myself into a big mess. 4 SEC championships, living in a great city like Gainesville, meeting all of my great teammates and having such great friends here at the University of Florida, coming in with such a great freshman class, the class of 1992.
50 to the 20, baby. Blowout. I'm telling you now. If it ain't orange and blue, it ain't gonna do, baby.
The best quarterback to ever play college football, Danny Waffle.
I can't even begin. I don't even think I'm going to try to say how special this is. The guys right here, you guys mean so much to me and always will. I love all y'all. Everything here has been so special, and I don't even know what to say. First time I lost for words, maybe. God bless you all. It's great to be a Gator.
I'd like for all of us to do something that I've tried to coach all of us to do, but not very well. As a youngster growing up and when I first got into coaching, and I think maybe even a lot of you fans, one day hoped you could come to the ballpark and chant, "We're number one, we're number one." All right, for about a minute or so, do it for yourself. Do it for this team. Do it for those Gators up in heaven. We're number one. We're number one.
'1996 and beyond. A national championship for the Gators in 1996. Even sweeter due to the 52-20 clinching victory over arch rival FSU in the Superdome. Following that, a Heisman Trophy for Danny Werfel. The Gators certainly had entrenched themselves as SEC and national championship contenders every year.
1997. Defensive pressure by the Gators took Tennessee out of the game.
Manning in the shotgun. There is the snap. Manning looking to throw. He's under a rush. He throws. He fires. It's intercepted. Tony George picks it off at the 11, the 15, the 20, 25. Tony George, the 30. Down the near sideline, the 40, the 50. Into Tennessee territory. He may go all the way. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! 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 89 yards! Oh, my! Tony George stepped in front at the 11-yard line. Weaved his way through the Tennessee traffic. Down the near sideline. He goes all the way. And the Gators, with another takeaway of Manning, have opened a 13-0 lead.
It started in the first quarter when defensive back Eli Williams forced foul quarterback Peyton Manning to get rid of the ball too quickly. Tony George was there waiting on it for the Gator interception. George did some nifty broken field running and carried the ball 89 yards for the touchdown. (1997), another classic contest with Florida State. The Seminoles led 21-17 in the third quarter.
Back to the nice set. They show the blitz. They hand it to Taylor. And Taylor's got a first down to the FSU secondary. Front down to the 50. He could go all the way. 30, 20, run, Fred, run. 10, 5. Touchdown. Oh, my. Fred Taylor, longest run of his career. 61-yard touchdown. And the Gators have gone back in front.
Gator tailback Fred Taylor broke off the right side of the line, cut back, and outran the speedy Florida State defensive backs for a 61-yard touchdown and a 24-21 Gator lead. (1998), Florida met the Dogs in Jacksonville.
Third down and 7 for the Gators. And they hand the ball off to John Capel and in the round. And then he flips the ball to Travis McGriff. He's going to throw in the end zone for Doug Johnson. It's a touchdown! Oh, my! Touchdown! Touchdown! Oh, my! They hand the end around to Capel. He flipped the ball to McGriff. He threw it back to the near corner. And there was the quarterback, Doug Johnson, who made the catch. And the Gators have a touchdown.
Travis McGriff, who was brilliant all year as a receiver, turned passer in this game. His 10-yard touchdown pass to quarterback Doug Johnson sealed the 8th win for the Gators in this series in the 90s. McGriff was also the leading receiver for Florida in 1998. The MVP for Florida was sophomore Travis Taylor. Taylor caught 7 passes for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. It all started in the first quarter with this 51-yard touchdown pass from Doug Johnson.
Johnson again to throw, firing deep down the left sideline. Wide open, Travis Taylor, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. He was all alone and quarantined. TD for TT, 51 yards. Oh, man, that's the way to start tonight.
And Mick, it was a great pump fake by Doug Johnson, and then it fluttered. Thank God he threw a flutter ball instead of the true rifle throw that Doug is so good at.
Florida defeated Big East Conference champion Syracuse 31-10. A first Gator win in an Orange Bowl game.
The Gators finished off the 20th century with the best decade in Florida football history. And you, the fans, visited GatorZone.com and SunshineNetwork.com and voted on the top 5 plays of this memorable period. Now, here are your top Dodge Gator plays of the 90s.
In 1995, in Gainesville, it was a typical Florida State battle. until late in the third quarter.
Here's Werfel back to throw and firing a deep ball down the field. Hilliard makes the catch. The 30, the 20. He's gone. Oh, my. Oh, he's gone. 74-yard touchdown.
Danny Werfel and Ike Hilliard broke up the game with a long-distance score that put things out of reach for the Seminoles.
We all try to make big plays out there, and you know, the receiving core, you know, has a little, you know, pack to where, you know, we want to make a big play whenever, you know, our hands are on the ball. So, you know, that's basically what we try to do, and you know, I was just very fortunate today.
The 35-24 victory helped Florida earn a berth in the national championship game for the first time in school history. In the Swamp in 1995. Tennessee had the momentum.
Oh, it popped loose. This is a fumbled football.
Until Gators defensive back Lawrence Wright put a hit on receiver Joey Kent that could be felt by fans at the top of the stadium.
Hit at it and then dropped it, and the Gators came out with the ball. Lawrence Wright. There's also the injured Tennessee player down, Joey Kent. He was leveled there and lost the ball, and the Gator defense answers the bell this time.
That's the type of thing you want from your defense when you know it's a crucial situation. Oh, Lawrence Wright got a big hit. Actually, Lawrence Wright was just playing a dime in there. He didn't have to guard anybody. He was like a free man in the middle, and he saw Joey Kent release upfield. Peyton Manning got him the ball. Incredible hit. That's it. That's the type of hit you dream about, a defender dream about, have a clean hit like that on a guy like that, because it was a big hit on him by Lawrence Wright.
The blow charged up the crowd as well as the team. From that point on, the Gators took charge of the game and pulled away to win 62-37. The Florida Gators and the Florida State Seminoles in the 1996 National Championship game.
There's the toss back to Terry Jackson. Got a first down at the 40. In the secondary, the 30. Terry Jackson inside the 20. The 10, the 5. Touchdown. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. Terry Jackson, 3rd and 4. Runs 42 yards for the score. Oh, my.
With just under 9 minutes remaining, Gator tailback Terry Jackson leaves FSU defenders in his dust on the way to a 42-yard touchdown run. That key play pushed the score to 45-20. Florida's final margin of victory of 52-20 was the biggest ever over a number 1 ranked team.
That's it. The final play of the game. And the Gators have won the national championship. The Florida Gators, the 1996 national champions. Round 2 on the Bayou goes to the Gators. A national championship. Greatest moment in Gator football history. Steve Spurrier with a smile and a towel, trying to wipe himself off as he was doused. Cameras all over. The Gators around him. And the celebration to begin. The Florida Gators win the national championship here in New Orleans. How sweet it is.
The Gators had their hands full against Kentucky in 1993. They threw 7 interceptions and trailed the Wildcats until the closing seconds of the ballgame. A pair of freshmen were about to become household names for all Gator fans to follow. With only 3 seconds left on the clock, quarterback Danny Werfel and wide receiver Chris Doring came up with one of the biggest plays in Florida football history.
We thought we could maybe throw it in the end zone one time and then try a long field goal attempt. And lo and behold, Chris Doring ran a little post route. We were sending 4 receivers down the field, and Danny Werfel saw him, made a beautiful throw and catch, and we really stole that game from Kentucky. And that was, that was one play that won the conference championship.
In the swamp in 1997, the nation's #1 team, the Florida State Seminoles, appeared to have the game under control. With only 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining, they led 29-25. Florida was at its own 20-yard line.
33 to play. Johnson in the shotgun takes the snap. He's looking and looking, throwing a deep ball down the right sideline. It's caught by Green at the 40. He's at the 30, telling left side. Quasi Green, 20, trying to get outside, stiff arms a man, and down at the 18-yard line. Oh, my! Quez Green holds in a long Johnson aerial. It is 62 yards and a first down.
A beautiful pass play from quarterback Doug Johnson to wide receiver Jaquez Green got the Gators back in the game.
Mick, you never give up, son. You never give up. I don't care who's in the game, what the clock says, you never give up. Right now, you got to move those sticks, and we got to get it in the end zone.
The 63-yard effort set up a Fred Taylor run for the winning touchdown.
Johnson under center, drops back, hands it off to Taylor, left side, inside the end zone, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown! Gators have taken the lead. Fred Taylor's 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Oh my! To Coach Steve Spurrier, his coaching staff, and all the players who wore the orange and blue this decade, thanks for the memories. And boy, did you pick some great plays. It sure has been fun taking a look back at the 90s.